Spirit has a message for all of us. I'm picking 3 cards. The Ten of Swords is the first card. Do you feel in despair? Do you feel like somebody just put these knives in your back? Do you feel like you were expecting something and it just turned right around? Like a betrayal? That's what this card represents. It represents something that you were not expecting to happen has happened. And it just feels like you're at rock bottom. You feel like you're just at a really low place. Very, very common. And I can totally relate to this. And because there's a lot of stuff that's going on in the air, a lot of planetary influences. I'm not going to get into that, but I got to tell you, there's no other place to go than up. Okay, so hear me out. Whatever's happening right now in your life, this too shall pass. Triggers are coming up, especially this time of year. Yes, it's the holidays, it's Christmas, okay? And a lot of us don't celebrate or celebrate it, but it definitely always brings some form of memories that can trigger us. And they're not fun, but you want to know something? It's important. When triggers come up, it's important to feel the feelings. Let them come through, and then you release them. Because it is changing, it is shifting. There is a shift. I can feel it. And I'm going to tell you, the energy and the memories or whatever's coming up, it's not here. The only thing that matters is this present moment, right now. We got the Strength card as our second card, and I love this card. It tells us that no matter how much negativity that we're going through, no matter how weak we might feel, we might be feeling really like, I can't lift this, I can't do this. We have this. I just love this card because it's like this Beauty and the Beast storyline. You know, the positive dominates the negative. And the effort that you put in and all the things that you do, you might have been feeling now is a time to get organized. Okay, now is a time to start getting your life in order. Checking off things, looking at the brighter, the bigger picture and saying, you know what, I need to have a system in place. And you are on the right track with that because, you know, this is what's coming up. It's coming up now. And when you have everything in place, everything just falls into place. Now, I'm not saying that you have to do it overnight. Rome wasn't built in a day. You know what I mean? Like, it's more about chipping away at it. You know, it's like one thing at a time, one thing, and before you know it, you're like, whoa, I have my system. You know, start small though. You know, whatever you're going to be doing, even if it's just organizing the utensil drawer. You know, I'm just giving you an example because when you do that, small things, you can do the bigger stuff. You know, the bigger stuff it just becomes a habit. Okay, and before you know it, you have a system in place. You know. It's very important. Strength is about health as well. So it's very important to get your sleep. It's very important to have that. And I know a lot of us are like, no, I have to get it done. And you stress over things to try to make things work and to accomplish things, but they don't work out that way. You know, they don't. Okay. So it's like you stay up late, you get up really early and you basically have no sleep and you're just completely zonked for the rest of the day. And then you ask the questions, I'm so exhausted. And then you live on caffeine or whatever it is. It's like, and then this is where the health issues come through. So sleep is very important. I always say sleep is important. It's a spiritual practice. And it's very important that you can put your phone on focus, or I have an iPhone. So I put it on focus and I put a timer on it because every night I go to sleep at it tells me that I got to wind down. My screen gets darker and it gets, you know, it puts everything to sleep. And then it wakes up the next day. So it's kind of like you need to have some kind of system in place. Maybe not like that, but you know what I mean. I'm trying to get the message out there because you know what you need to hear. And this is what you know. Whatever comes through in your mind is the message that Spirit has for you. Okay. Magician. I love this card as well. I love all the tarot. Every card has some place in your life that means something. There's a character, there's a story, okay? And this story is, well, this Magician is, and it's divine timing because it comes at the perfect time. We're almost at the end of the year, okay? And the Magician is attracting positive forces towards you. It's attracting a new beginning. Yes, there's a lot of things going on in the world. There are a lot of things. Yes, 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 yes. I hear it. I hear you saying it. Okay, but This is your world. You need to look at what is in your sphere. Okay, you see my camera? It's square, like my view. This is what you need to do. You need to keep your sphere. I'm not saying that you can't care about what's going on, but shut off the TV. Don't watch the news. And I know a lot of you don't, but sometimes you do. Sometimes you care about that. And I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm just advising you. I'm just channeling what Spirit's telling me to tell you. And what you need to do is you need to just stay in the present moment, work on raising the vibration, because the Magician is all about the law of attraction, attracting the positive towards you. Yes, negative thinking attracts negative episodes. Positive thinking attracts positive episodes. Now, I know sometimes people can argue with that point, but that's, if they argue with it and there's a debate, then you know what? They're being negative and they're attracting more episodes of negative. So I'm just saying, just surrender. Be in the present moment. Yes, a lot of stuff is happening in our life. A lot of things, you might be experiencing these things. I can tell you 2022 was a very challenging year, but you know what? I have to say it was actually a blessing in disguise, and I will blog about it soon. It was a blessing in disguise. There was a lot of good things, because there's something good that comes out of the dark. Okay, out of the dark comes the light, and we have to experience the negative to experience the light. It's an important part. We can't have light without dark. We can't have day without night. It's like, it's just a transition. And actually, where I am right now, I'm filming, and it just got dark because it's going to evening. But that's what I'm saying. It's like we got to have both. So through the two, you need to go through the dark. You need to feel your feels, and you got to know that it's a shadow. You have to feel the shadows, but things are going to start to shift. We got Yule coming up. Yule is the longest day of night of the year. You know all about that. But now we have the end. We have Christmas. We have the holidays coming up. If you celebrate or you don't, that's fine. But you want to know something? There's an energy that is connected to it. And I'm not telling you to celebrate. I'm just telling you, I'm just advising you. I'm just here to nudge in, maybe plant a seed to just raise your vibration, just try to enjoy life. And I know that you might ask those questions, how? Well, that's what I do. When I do my readings, not only do I read somebody and tell them what I'm seeing, but I'm also advising, and I'm advising you right now. You need to put everything down and put more time into yourself. You need to love yourself. You need to put time for that self-love, self-care. And I'm not talking about just about manis and petties. I'm talking about honoring yourself. Doing something for yourself that your future self will thank you. Yes, getting organized, that is self-love care. That is a selfless act. I mean, you got to put the sacrifices. Yes, cooking dinner for your family, for yourself. A healthy meal, exercising, working out, that's self-love right there. Doing something for yourself, and also honoring yourself, and not allowing somebody else's negativity to put you down. Now, I know there's energy vampires. There's a lot of people that were hurt by someone else, and they tend to carry on negativity, and then they tend to bring it into you. Like there's narcissists. I've talked about narcissists in the past, and I've been through something with a narcissist recently and just swept that off. You cut that person out of your life, or you either just say, I've had it with you, and just send them light, forgive them, cut the cords without anger. Because when you are cutting cords and sending somebody off that has been draining your energy, what you need to do is send light to that person. Don't think of it as like, I'm cutting you off and you're out of my life and I'm cutting cords. Because a lot of you ask me, how do I cut cords? How do I cut the cord? You don't cut the cords. You neutralize the cords. You surrender. You send love, and you just let that person go. Because a lot of times when you dwell into the past and you're constantly thinking about the past, you actually are asking the universe, I want more, and you're attracting more negativity into your life. Now, you know what I'm talking about, and whatever jumps up into your mind, you know what that is. Sometimes a person, it can be even a family member. You can love someone so much, and all of a sudden that person just completely disappears and turns MIA, and you know what? That's okay, because that person wasn't meant to be in your life. When someone's meant to be in your life, They'll always be in your life. And you don't need to ask the questions, well, where are you? You haven't called me. Because when you do that, you're actually putting yourself in, you're draining yourself, and we do it to the best, we do it to ourselves, and so the best thing to do is surrender, let go, and just move on. You'll be much more happier. Who is meant to be in your life will be in your life. That goes for love, relationships, that goes for everybody in your life. Yes, maybe years they come back, but they will come back. So you got to honor that. You got to really honor that. Yeah. And so I hope that this reading was helpful for you. And if you are interested in getting a longer reading, please visit my website, Mary Rose Intuitive. And always remember something, I will never approach you in your DMs for a reading. That's not how I work. When you want a reading, you go to my website and you book. I will never go and follow you and tell you, oh, I need to see. That's not how it works. It's not fair. It's not right. And whoever does that, you got to know that that's scamming, because I've had a lot of imposters. So I'm just letting you know that. That's good housekeeping. Anyways, you have yourself a gorgeous day. Peace and blessings.